You sprinted to the streets of Crocus, running as fast as you could to the stadium. You were such an idiot. You walked away from the guild, pretending to be on a mission. However, you walked off because you really just didn't want to be there anymore, for your own selfish reasons. You've had this crush on your best friend, Natsu Dragneel, for as long as you've been at the guild, but you never believed you'd be his choice. You gave up on love because if it wasn't Lozana, it was Lucy. You didn't hate them. They're really good friends of yours. You grew up with Lozana. You were pretty much adopted by the Strauss siblings after your parents were killed by a dark guild for the magic your family line possessed. Dragon transformation magic. You managed to escape and survive all because of your mother's strength, holding the enemy down long enough for you to escape. You lived on the streets, homeless. The traveling Strauss siblings found you during their treks toward Fairy Tale. Because you were such a young child, unable to completely control your magic, evident scales appeared across your skin. You saw Mary Jane's arm briefly when you first met them, and assumed she had similar magic to your own. The four of you came across Fairy Tale, where Elfman and Lozana began to learn transformation magic, so they could be just like their big sister. You yourself came across the guild, aware of your magic. You met Natsu a week after you joined the guild. You were just children then. He had been at the request board looking for a job. You jogged up to the board, and you exchanged your first greetings with one another, and then did jobs together. Natsu admired your magic. He thought it was the coolest thing ever, having the ability to change back and forth into a dragon. This gave him the courage to tell you about his father, Igneel. You walked away from it all. How stupid were you? You ran away from all your problems. You ran away from the boy you loved, the pink-haired pyro who stole your first kiss. Natsu Dragneel, you hollered. Tartaros had just been defeated, and from outside your house window you saw Natsu and Happy walk past, bags on their backs, a cloak draped across Natsu's shoulder. You followed him, but away from his ranged scent, which was very far with his immense sense of smell. He stopped walking, hearing your voice. You stood, your hands resting on your knees, panting. Where do you think you're going? Me and Happy are going to take a journey, he said, as if there was nothing wrong with it. His signature smile drawn on his face beautifully. You can't just walk away without telling me. Take me with you, you pleaded. He looked down at the ground. I can't, Wyan. I need you to stay here and look after the guild. Shut up! You're hiding something. Why can't I come with you? You had interrogated, refusing to let the tears spill. You just can't, okay? He screamed. You were taken aback. Never in your lives did he ever scream at you with such anger. But you weren't giving up. By growing up with Natsu at the guild, you managed to adopt his mannerisms and hot-headedness. You promised me that we'd always be together. You said you'd always be by my side. Are you just going to walk away from that promise? Because Igneel chose to sacrifice himself to save you? His body tensed as you mentioned his father. No, Natsu. If anything, you're being a coward. You're just running away from your own problems, your own suffering. Quit being a coward and... Your eyes widened as you cut off by a pair of soft, warm lips. The burning sensation of Natsu's warmth traveled across your lips and tingled your spine. As you were about to respond to the pyro's kiss, his lips left yours. His mouth traveled along your ear as he whispered, You wouldn't shut up. I'll be back soon. You stood there, frozen, still processing what had just happened. Your cheeks were burning, darker than Urza Scarlet's hair. You watched him walk away as he turned around and said with a sad smile, I love you, Enon. See you soon, yeah? The following day, you fled the guild. Running away from your family, running away from your friends. You went off to find Natsu. But after a year, with no luck, you came back. The Grand Magic Games had just concluded, and that's when you finally found him. The stadium had melted from intense flaming heat. Only one person you knew could do that. Natsu Dragneel. Walking out of the royal castle, you saw a man with long, messy hair, in desperate need of a haircut. Your eyes widened. as your heart exploded in your chest. He had salmon pink hair, and a blue cat flew right beside him. You stopped running, seeing his smug smile toward the royal army as they pestered him. Before he leaves the exit, his nose twitches as he turns to look in your direction. His eyes glisten with happiness, seeing your face. Wayan, hey! Tears stinging in your eyes as you sprinted toward him, throwing your arms out. Surprised by your actions, he caught you, but lost his footing, and you both fell to the ground. You lay on top of him, not caring about your positions as you wept into his shoulders. Natsu, I found you. He chuckled, ruffling your hair-colored locks. I knew you would. Without thinking, you did something you had been wanting to return for a year. Still straddling him, you grabbed his soft, warm cheeks gently and crushed your lips together. He growled, then returned the kiss. A few moments later, in need of oxygen, you broke the kiss, gazing into his eyes. I never got to say. You blushed red. I love you too. He smiles with his signature smile and pecks you on the cheek. That's why I came back, because I never got an answer. His warm hand caresses your cheek. I came back for you, YN. Oh yeah, right. I bet he came back for the food anyways, or the free housing. Where's Looney? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. This was a request. So yeah, I hope Little Bug enjoyed this. Have a good morning, have a good afternoon, have a good evening whenever you are, and I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Goodbye, everyone.